Arkansas. I love everything here. Give me that thing here.
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station.
And this one belongs to the Razorbacks.
Streaming live from
HitThatLine.com.
Fans are amazing. It is lit down here on the sideline.
This is Halftime with Phil Elson, Matty T, and Drew Barrett.
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious...
Here come the students. Oh, here come the students. They're coming from the south end, and this one has been a long time brewing.
I have been waiting for this moment for a long time.
Judging by the sound of it, so has everyone else.
Hey, hold on. It's almost halftime.
Finally starting to feel like fall around here. We got a couple days left in summer, right? Like a couple days left, I think. I don't want any more summer.
I
Enough
like
summer for crying out
I'm a
loud.
summer person.
It's been summer since, the middle of spring.
Which is the way it should be.
Well, it feels like fall
I don't like
today.
cold weather.
Let's get these leaves starting to change a little bit. Let's get this temperature going down a little bit. Had the wind, had the rain, had the cold come through Northwest Arkansas last night. In the River Valley, and feeling a little bit cooler as well. Feels like
little
football.
bit.
Feels like football season for me. Good to be with you today on this Tuesday on Halftime. We'll be with you up until 1 o'clock. Danny West will join us at the bottom of this hour from 24/7 Sports, hogsports.com locally, digging into Arkansas recruiting with the matchup of potentially two of the best recruiters in the nation as far as head coaches go. Well, and Sam Pittman certainly made his reputation as a recruiter previously before taking over the reins at Arkansas. Jimbo Fisher, of course, has year after year at Texas A&M built one of the better recruiting classes, and it seems to have begun to translate into a few more wins going back to last year. So we'll talk with Danny about that. We've got Nate Olson out of ScorebookLive.com, hour number 2, to dig into the high school football scene. We've got Get Off My Lawn later on. I've got a certain baseball coach in the SEC that I'm talking about. Drew, I had to remind Drew you needed to hold that frustration. Well, you shouldn't feel too frustrated with Memphis.
We won the game.
Memphis beating Mississippi State. That's right, but there were some things said afterwards that he's.
And you told me to hold my tongue yesterday and to really unload it on Get Off My Lawn today. So that's what we're going to do.
When you have a segment that's based purely upon your negative emotions, yes, your anger, you try to gather all of those emotions as best as you can and then release them all at once in a little bit of a pent-up way. So it's kind of why we do Get Off My Lawn. I will say, Drew, you've begun leaning into the old dude anger of Get Off My Lawn for the last couple of weeks. I don't exactly remember all the things you've been upset about, but you definitely have leaned into the get out of here kind of a thing. So good for you.
Well, I appreciate it. The thing is, I wouldn't be so angry if so many people didn't piss me off. Like, that's the problem. It's other people is making me mad. I would be a nice, normal, content, smiley type of guy.
But people won't let you.
They won't. It's their fault.
They keep walking in the wrong way.
They keep walking in the wrong door. I mean, they breathe weird. Like they won't get out of the left lane when I'm driving.
Well,
okay?
you sound like a peach to be around all the time.
I am, though. Yeah. I'm a nice – Matty can attest. He spends a couple hours with me every day.
You're absolute joy.
I know.
Well, that's the whole idea of Get Off My Lawn. You get out that
frustration.
nasty, angry frustration once a week. It's the only time each week that we're ever like that, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just very nice and happy and sunny for the other.
For the most part, I'd say 98% of the time.
6 1/4 days, pretty much. All right. Why do you hate Texas A&M? We want to just get right into it here.
I need to learn. Teach me the same way that you taught me 2 weeks ago of why you hate Texas. I need to know the exact hatred
Drew,
for.
You ever been at a sporting event involving Texas A&M of any kind?
Yes, actually. I interned for the AutoZone Liberty Bowl when A&M played West Virginia.
Okay.
A&M won the game.
That's two interesting fan bases going at it right there.
Oh,
for
yeah.
certain. West Virginia is a special group in and of itself.
The Yell Leaders versus Country Road Take Me Home. It was quite a sight.
Well, it's I would put it, I guess, a little bit on the opposite end of the controlled, organized, weirdness, I think, that it feels like when you're around A&M. Certainly the home games, that's what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
You want to make fun of them a little bit about not having any real cheerleaders. They've got the uniformed dudes and everything that have their cheers and all the yells and everything, the going back and forth that you do in the stands, and just the overall maroon color of it as well. I've been on record on this show of kind of not really liking the color maroon too much. There's too much Bulldogs in the SEC, and there's too much maroon in the SEC. Certainly the Razorbacks have to play against two maroon teams every year. You're trying to remember the other one?
The State and A&M. There's only two, though.
That's what I said. Two. There are too many Bulldogs. You got two Bulldogs. See,
there's still only two. That's not like that many, though.
It's still too many. You should have one per league. And Tigers, too. Maybe it's Tigers I was getting at. Too many Bulldogs, too many Tigers,
LSU,
too much maroon.
and Auburn, yeah.
Yeah, that's three things to complain about that could get off our lawn today. So I mean, here you go. Here, got a text out of the 479-877-377-6963. We taught Drew reasons that you hate Texas, and it really the hatred of Texas goes back to losing to Texas so often. And there were the wins sprinkled in there, the historic victories sprinkled in there that people called us about. 1964, 1981. Wins like that. The thing with A&M is Arkansas beat A&M a lot in the Southwest Conference.
Yeah, it's like 41-33 all time.
A lot. So I don't know necessarily if Razorback fans feel that same way about A&M like the people from years back. But now here it is, a 9-game losing streak. Like, do you need any other reason?
No.
And it all started, and I know that there's the theory that might have wheels to it, that A&M joining the SEC, which does correlate to the beginning of the downturn of Arkansas football that feels like that you hope you're coming out of right now. So all began at the same time, 2012, when the Aggies joined the SEC. Happens to be, the same time that John L. Smith takes over, Brett Bielema becomes the next head coach. He pisses everybody off in Texas. Might be one reason you had a little trouble recruiting there. But, the way that you've lost to A&M also is one reason why.
Most of them have been pretty heartbreaking, right? All within, I think, 8 out of the 9 have been one-score games? Something like that?
And a couple of games where it looks like, if you played a decent second half, you might have been able to come away with one. A couple of special teams plays here and there, a third down conversion or a fourth down conversion here or there. You just do feel, even in the worst of years, under Chad Morris, you still lost both of those games by a combined 11 points.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking right there.
So, I mean, that also goes back to, that's the same reason Arkansas hated Texas for all those years. It's just Texas dominated the Southwest Conference football-wise for so long. A&M has not dominated anything in the SEC except Arkansas. And that's a hard pill to swallow when you think about it. 9 years in a row, that's domination. It is. No matter what the final score says.
No other word you can use. I mean, 9 in a row is 9 in a row.
Now, there have been a couple of games where Arkansas has been pushed around, but it does seem that this school, this program, going on its 4th different head coach now of this 9-game losing streak, has still risen to meet the challenge to a point. Just haven't ended up with more points than the opponent. And do you believe that this Razorback team, second year under Sam Pittman, not the only team during this losing streak, by the way, that has started 3-0, do you believe this is the team to get you over that so-called Aggie hump? 877-377-6963. And why is it? Why is this the team to get over the hump? They certainly look deeper. They look more talented than the last 6, 7, 8 teams that have played against Texas A&M, maybe even, further down than that as well, yes. That's one reason. Is Hart a reason why? Is coaching a reason why? And, reasons why you hate the Aggies as well. Because these two things go together, don't they?
They do. Oh, yeah. I mean, we need to know why you think that they're going to beat them and what the major reason and factor is that it's this year instead of last year or the previous 9. And throw in a good Aggie joke. I've heard some good ones since I moved here, but make sure they're clean. I'm not going to read them on air if they're not clean. Just remember that fact.
Not doing the straight teleprompter thing for you today?
Not
you
today.
Sure? I think we tried that a little bit last Friday with describe what Arkansas will do to Georgia Southern, right? We had a little fun with that.
We did, but
maybe a couple of terms you had to look up on Urban Dictionary. Yeah, no Urban Dictionary lookups today. Pretty please. 877-377-6963. All right, we got a couple of texts coming in exactly about that. Why is this Arkansas team the one to end a 9-game losing streak against Texas A&M? And why do you hate the Aggies? You can answer both at the same time. And it's September 21st. Everybody celebrate.
You know what that means.
Yippee-ki-yay. Did you do your Earth, Wind, and Fire homework, Drew?
Yes, I did.
Well, you will later today as well.
Tommy and Ty on the morning rush. Paint the game with a golden brush. Halftime field show diamonds.
You know, the start of the season is just around the corner, and if you're into sports betting, Bet Online is where you should go to win some money today. Whether it's live bets during games or future bets on who you think will win the championship, Bet Online has all the latest odds, news, and information for all your online sports betting needs. Visit the website today or use your mobile device to join and receive a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. So before the next big game or before the season starts, head on over to Bet Online and start playing today. That's Bet Online, your online sportsbook experts. Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Now that's a dandy white perch.
Big old slab.
C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, paper mouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Sammy Hagar hammered out this classic hard rock tune, There's Only One Way to Rock. The Bible hammers out this hard rock truth, There's Only One Way to God. And this world can disagree. They don't understand how this must be. And it's not my point of view, it's a fact, and you know that it's true. There's only no way that Jesus and his disciples would willingly die for what they knew to be a lie. I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Think about it.
The Game Day Lodge in Branson is the perfect place for corporate retreats, golf trips, and team building activities. You'll find 10 bedrooms with 19 beds for up to 28 guests, 9 bathrooms, 17 TVs, poker table, 2 kitchens, 2 laundry rooms, a fire pit, 2 gas grills, outdoor basketball court, a heated indoor swimming pool nearby, and a 10-minute drive to Silver Dollar City. Not to mention near some of the best golf courses. Just search Game Day Lodge on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Airbnb, and VRBO.
You know, the start of the season is just around the corner, and if you're into sports betting, Bet Online is where you should go to win some money today. Whether it's live bets during games or future bets on who you think will win the championship, Bet Online has all the latest odds, news, and information for all your online sports betting needs. Visit the website today or use your mobile device to join and receive a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. So before the next big game or before the season starts, head on over to Bet Online and start playing today. That's Bet Online, your online sportsbook experts. Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Now that's a dandy white perch.
Big old slab.
C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch.
You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson, Matty T, and Drew Barrett. The Morning Rush, Halftime, Ruskin and Zach, Hog Reaction, Coffee with Counsel, Huddle Up, and Fantasy Football Sunday. All available on the Hit That Line podcast network. Just type Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts. Our podcasts are on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, hitthatline.com, Anchor, TuneIn, Stitcher, and Google Play. Brought to you by Breeden RV Center.
I gotta be honest, it's a little difficult to get all fired up about September 21st on a freaking Tuesday, where you can't even see the sun. Can we change this to September 25th? There's something about the lyrics. I don't know if it'll work.
Yeah, how
many times you heard that song today already?
100 times on Twitter, at least.
Somebody wake me up when September ends.
Oh, come on. It's been a long September. Wasn't that a Counting Crow song, Long September?
No, that was Long December, but you can pull that one out in a couple of months.
Whatever. I don't know if I was in the right frame of mind when I heard that song the first time anyway. That's why I assigned you Earth, Wind, and Fire for halftime homework, because I knew this day was coming up.
Yeah, but you signed me a different album.
Right. Yeah, because this actually, this was not on any of their lengthier albums. This was just released as a single. So I didn't want you to listen to just one song, because that's just not enough.
They did that back then? I thought they only released albums back then, because you didn't have you couldn't just download EPs and singles like that.
No, but then they'd have a single, and then on the other side of the record, there'd be a B-side.
Yeah.
What's a B-side?
And then it would be some just random song that wasn't on any album either.
Every once in a while, the B-side would be on the American Top 40 as well, which was like a big surprise.
So you would get two songs?
See, there were these things called vinyl. Didn't we just do this a few days ago? These vinyl albums where there was one song on one side. You have to have a song on the other side.
Okay.
Oh,
so I've seen what records look like, right? I know they're real round.
They're like big CDs.
Exactly, and I know what a CD
on
is.
Both sides.
Like all of them, every album has music on both sides.
I'm gonna hold my breath until this conversation is over. I may turn.
I'm just trying to learn, Phil. I like knowledge. I want to learn things. I want to learn of the ye old days of yesteryear.
Well, all right. Here's a reason to hate Texas A&M, then, according to Zach, because they're ugly maroon, and they've beaten Arkansas 9 straight times. I think that's exactly what I just said in the last.
Pretty
segment.
much.
The maroon is enough for me. Although, I still have some soft spot for maroon. UALR is maroon. I never really loved the colors when I was doing their games. But it's still, I still love the Trojans.
Mm-hmm.
Just not the colors. But they don't have, they don't look like a military group sitting in the stands like you always feel when you're at an A&M game. It's just the weirdest thing sometimes. Text out of the 479 thinks that this team is different because the players respect the coaches to trust their adjustments, and finally just physical with other teams unlike before. Yeah, it certainly looks like that through 3 games. You want to believe that. This has been so often, though, and it must be, so often, because this is usually the 3rd or 4th or earlier in this in this streak now, of which you've played them, isn't it? I think 12 straight years Arkansas and A&M have played. 3, the first 3 were out of conference when it was, oh, wow, this is going to be the annual out-of-conference game for at least a long time, and then it became a conference game. So 3-0 in the Big 12, by the way, against them, 0-9 since they joined the SEC. Bobby Petrino is the only coach to beat them. John L. Smith couldn't pull it off. That was a 58-10 loss. That's when the season. That's when you noticed it was really going to be going downhill. You lost to ULM, lost 52-0 to Alabama, and then lost to Rutgers, and then Johnny Manziel goes wild. Over 550 yards combined passing and rushing for Manziel in that 2012 game.
Money Manziel was money that night, wasn't he?
Bielema's first year, he trailed by 5 after the third quarter couldn't really generate enough in the fourth. A&M held the ball for almost 10 minutes in the fourth quarter, went on to win by 12 points. Of course, that was an 0-8 conference season. 2014 was the first of the 3 overtime losses. And it was, that had to have been the most heartbreaking of all of these losses, because Arkansas led 28-14 at the end of 3 quarters. And then A&M scores 21 straight points in less than 5 minutes. I think there was an Austin Allen interception thrown in there, or a strip sack. I can't remember exactly which one. Ended up losing that game in overtime when you had a 14-point lead going into the fourth quarter. That was one of the big, this team does not hold leads very well into Brett Bielema. That was one of the big signs of that. The big play just killed him in that game. Lost 28-21 in 2015. You know, that year you came in with back-to-back losses to Toledo and Texas Tech. Fought to a 21-21 tie, 2:50 left in the game. There's the strip sack. Myles Garrett strip sacks. Austin Allen, A&M misses a field goal. Christian Kirk with the second touchdown of the game. He had 173 receiving yards, 2015 overtime loss. Tied at 17-17 in 2016. The Hogs, Drew, they went on a 19-play, 89-yard drive in the third quarter with a 17-17 tie. The drive took just under 10 minutes and failed on 4th and goal.
Oh, no.
A&M then scores 21 straight.
Should we be bringing up all these bad memories, though? I mean,
well, I'm telling you, these are reasons why you hate Texas A&M.
Okay. I mean, but do I have to physically hurt to understand it? Because it's starting to make me nauseous just hearing about all these things. Like, I feel like I can understand without going through the pain. But I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that says I can't until I'm physically ill by A&M, like so many people are. So I guess we've got to – you have to remember the bad times to really appreciate the good, I guess. So having it been 9 in a row will just make this one even more sweeter.
So, I mean, you look back at some of the quarterbacks, Kyle Allen, Johnny Manziel, Ryan Tannehill – I can't remember the name of the quarterback.
Did Tannehill play quarterback? Yeah. I thought he was a wide receiver at A&M.
No, he played quarterback against Arkansas. Ryan Mallett and Tyler Wilson, and of course Kellen Mond 4 years in a row, and he had his ups and downs with A&M, but he came up with some big plays against Arkansas. Is Zach Calzada in this same category?
I would say no.
He didn't even win the job coming out of camp. Now, you know, Coach Pittman says yesterday, and he's right about this, look, he wouldn't be at Texas A&M if he's not a good quarterback. But that means a good quarterback in high school. He hasn't had a chance to really be a good quarterback in college yet, and certainly not against an SEC team yet. So
certainly not against an SEC defense like Arkansas has put out on the field for the first 3 weeks.
Well, and both of these defenses, Drew, have – it feels like playmakers at all 3 levels of the defense. That's one thing about Arkansas that does stand out this year compared to last year and in recent seasons, where you've even had defensive linemen that have been tough to handle. You know, Armon Watts, McTelvin Agim, Jonathan Marshall, but you still didn't get consistently good physical play at the line of scrimmage defensively because of a lack of depth. It feels like 3 games in, that depth is there, so there's opportunities to make some more plays. Trey Williams, I think, looks like a playmaker. John Ridgway looks like a playmaker. And your linebackers have been doing nothing but tackling, and you got a few guys in the secondary that looks like they could be playmakers as well. A&M's got the same thing. You know, and they've got a defense that comes – they're returning 9 players off of one of the top defenses, if not the best, in the nation last year. I mean, it's going to be a tough one.
It is. It's going to be a defensive battle, but I think right now you feel confident knowing that you probably have the better offense, though. I mean, if you're going to be neck and neck on the defensive side and it's going to be really a coin toss about who plays better D, you're going to need that extra step, that extra little edge on the offensive side, and that's where the experience that KJ brings in with his 3 starts compared to A&M's quarterback 1 start. He brings in experience from last year and his time that he's been here with Sam Pittman and Kendall Briles. You like that experience, and plus all the we talk about it every day, the slew of running backs that you have. You know, I feel like Arkansas has the edge offensively, though.
Well, it seems like, and again, 3 games in, haven't played an SEC team yet. What was the theme yesterday? Rubber meets road.
Yeah,
well, that's what's about to happen. Hey, you know what it is today? It's Tuesday. You need to be at Joe's Grill and Cantina in Fort Smith because it's Taco Tuesday at Joe's Grill and Cantina in Fort Smith.
Taco Tuesday!
It's not quite NBA season yet, so he shows up just a moment late. Crispy tacos are $1 all day long. We live music on the patio tonight. Also, hey, Joe's Grill and Canteen in Fort Smith, a fantastic place to watch Razorback football. Got it on all the TVs Saturday afternoon. Stick around for live music on the patio. joesfortsmith.com to learn more. They're right across from Harps in Fort Smith. Right back after this.
Taco Tuesday!
Halftime is brought to you by Crabtree RV Center. 4 generations making your family dreams come true.
When it comes to baling, the denser, the better. Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Berryville, and Bobcat in Northwest Arkansas can show you how roll belt round balers produce denser and higher quality round bales that drive down your production costs while driving up the nutrition of your bales. A competitive comparison showed New Holland roll belt round balers provide savings in net wrap, transportation, and lower storage losses. It's like being able to afford a new baler every other year. Stop by Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Berryville, and Bobcat in Northwest Arkansas soon to learn firsthand about the benefits of roll belt round balers.
The Game Day Lodge in Branson is the perfect place for corporate retreats, golf trips, and team building activities. You'll find 10 bedrooms with 19 beds for up to 28 guests, 9 bathrooms, 17 TVs, poker table, 2 kitchens, 2 laundry rooms, a fire pit, 2 gas grills, outdoor basketball court, a heated indoor swimming pool nearby, and a 10-minute drive to Silver Dollar City. Not to mention near some of the best golf courses. Just search Game Day Lodge on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Airbnb, and VRBO.
Hanging out with my friends at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Hey, Jeremy, the Venom R. I don't even need to say anything else.
Jimmy, it's the hottest truck in the market right now. It's fully customized, upfitted, class exclusive to Randall Ford. You have to see them to believe them. These trucks are flying out of here as quick as we get them done.
People, all they have to do is just come by and check them out.
Just come by, say, hey, I want to see the Venom R. You will not be disappointed.
5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Come see the Venom R's today at Randall Ford.
Have you ever been to River City Bistro for a brunch on the weekends? Every Saturday and Sunday. River City is open at 10 a.m. with a special brunch menu. Eggs and omelets any way you like. Premium bacon, sausage and ham. Waffles, Eggs Benedict, and a great drink menu featuring mimosas, Bloody Marys, and all your brunch favorites. We will see you for brunch every Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. at River City Bistro, 7320 Rogers Avenue in the Stonewood Village Shopping Center.
Wave Rural Connect is bringing state-of-the-art fiber internet, TV, and phone service to your home. Get amazingly fast fiber internet as low as $49.95 per month. TV packages start at $32.95. Fiber phone service starts at $29.95. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-4WAVE-RC to find out if we're installing in your area. Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Law's Drugstore in Fort Smith.